Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Llama and Leaf Casts, a awful, terrible pub. I'm an awful caster, and yeah, I'm just trying my hand at casting. Maybe someday we'll actually get decent enough at it to do it as a job. So any tips or comments that you have will be greatly appreciated. So today, I guess I'll just pick a game off the screen here. I'll usually do a game from here or from Reddit. So if or even from the comments, if you have a game that you want me to cast, you can just leave it in the comments and I will cast it for you. So let's just hop into Polarity IceBerg. Excuse me. Now, I haven't been casting as many games as I want to lately, pretty much because Pokemon Go has happened, so I've been outside walking around catching the Mons lately instead of casting. But I'm gonna start getting back into it now. Cast every day, probably every morning. Publish the video by the end of the day. Someday we will load it. Alright. Only 2 minutes into the game, we currently have Juggernaut, Invoker, Dazzle, Shadow Demon, and a Mirana on the Dire, and Timbersaw, Luna, Void, Skyrath, and Kunkka on the Radiant. Very interesting draft. I guess Kunkka is mid? On the Timbersaw, alright. Void in the off lane. I guess that means Kunkka's supporting. Just getting a pull here. Get some very much needed last hits, and a very good ward here coming up in the Dire. Actually sees everything that's happening here, but of course off lane is a very difficult lane to play these days. Alright. I mean, I just got into the game, so it's not too bad that I missed first blood, but Radiant going very deep here, and but Dire responds quickly. No TPs, but just walking over because the Timbersaw is behind the tower for so long. But that reactive armor is just doing way too much work. I don't think they can bring him down. Maybe Cold Snap might be able to do enough damage to keep him in position so that they can pick him down. And that is actually enough. The Shadow Poison is an underrated spell, to be honest. Probably one of the most underrated spells in the game. And Dazzle just being super aggressive here on the Void. He should be able to get away from this. Time Walk in ready right now, so anytime he wants to use it, there you go. He might have been able to turn that around on the Dazzle if Juggernaut didn't get that very lucky crit at that time.
Green Dude's top thing is about to get knocked over.
Oh, nice stun out on the Invoker. That should be dead Invoker. Yeah, just down to the right clicks from Timbersaw. It's pretty interesting. Rana missing the stun, but it was a good stun to go for. Good error. Now Radiant actually getting both runes here. Rana takes some damage, but Skyrath actually getting pretty low here. He might go down if he's not too careful. Dodges the stun somehow. That looked like it was directly on him, but Rana might actually be able to get this kill. Oh, if he had have kept walking up the high ground, that would have he would have been close enough. But it might still be close enough here. He's gonna walk into the range of creeps, and that is well, that was a kill. Yeah, question mark. Skyrath have a tango? Yeah, he could have just ate one of the trees here and just walked through away from the vision range of the creeps. It's pretty interesting. Right, not too much going on right now, just everybody's trying to get at least their first item right now. Void, not doing too bad. Well, actually, I was going to say he's not doing too bad for last hits, but he's only 5 for 3. And Juggernaut might be able to get the kill here, but no, Void smartly very smart, just TPs away right away. Okay. Timbersaw might not know that Evoker's Sunstrike is pure damage or something, I don't know. Let's take a look at the net worth here. Luna on top, it's not surprising, she's had pretty much a free lane, and of course Luna is leveling the damage increase, so last hitting is pretty easy. Juggernaut keeping behind by only 200, less than 200 gold I should say, and he is almost level 6 now, opting for the 3 levels of the Blade Fury. Timbersaw is getting a little bit more out of the lane, even though he's actually died 2 times. Which is kind of surprising, to be honest, because Invoker has gone the Quas Wax, so he should have the damage to out CS and get the denies, but I guess because Timbersaw has just been so aggressive and has forced creeps under Invoker's tower, it's been pretty difficult for Invoker to get some kills. And the TP down bot. Rana is pretty low, might actually die here. The X marks the spot, brings her back, but Luna was taking damage from the tower, so she had to back off. And they're going on Invoker, but Shadow Demon is there with a Disrupt onto Skywrath. I think putting that onto Timbersaw would have been a little bit better, because Timbersaw does not have Chain, but he does have Chakram, so this should be a kill here onto the Shadow Demon, but he just completely whips it, and yeah, just I'm not sure what to say about that. Just completely whips the Chakram. That is why you always leave a Chakram out for a second longer than you think you should. Rana going for treads, but that might also be a minus, but more than likely treads. CS looking pretty good for the Rana. Or, sorry, the Luna. And Juggernaut is actually a little bit more behind than I thought on the CS, but he might actually be able to go in for a kill here on the Void, but the Void does have time walk. He would have to get pretty lucky with the jumps. Oh, Mirana is 100% dead here, just no support anywhere from his team, no vision or anything to keep him alive. He's probably not going to be too happy about that at all. Invoker getting the business from Skywrath, just letting him know he doesn't have a free lane here. Excuse me. And Invoker is actually getting gone on you. X marks the spot, brings it back, but Moonlight Shadow might be enough. No, the Chronosphere and the Senju Ward will ensure that they can see him. But that was definitely a waste of Chronosphere for sure. CS forward.
Middle tower, everyone go now. Dire structures are fortified.
Rana looking for a good arrow, but Radiant's just going to back off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's all the same to me.
Pressing spells, and also spells being pressed on him, and ooh, Invoker goes very low, but they do not have any follow-up on that engagement, and Kunkka might be dead here. Juggernaut does have his Blade Fury, or sorry, Omni Slash, but unfortunately Omni Slash no longer cancels TPs. That was a very long time ago. Decent dare to get a last hit. Oh my gosh, it's early in the morning. I'm sorry. I've only just woken up. Oh, Dazzle looking to play some aggressive wards here, but he's actually going to run into the Kunkka. But this is the. Oh no. Dazzle getting the ward down first. It's not surprising, but they should be able to kill the Kunkka here. He has only arcane boots, nothing to survive with.
dashed on the rocks.
Oh, Morona has actually gone for the Midas. Kunkka, only level 5. He's definitely searching for his level 6 right now, so he'll probably be in the jungle for another couple minutes. We'll probably see Radiant be very passive for the next few minutes because Luna definitely needs to finish her lifesteal item. And pretty much all of Radiant needs at least one item. That's what we're seeing here. Void, interesting Chronosphere to try to stop the... Oh, okay. Yep, that's a ward. Oh, Luna getting gone on again, but the nice ultimate coming out, but Moonlight Shadow will be able to protect the Mirana, and that is a dead Luna. Demonic Courage is just too good of a spell, and especially with the Aghanim's upgrade now. And if only Kunkka was level 6, that could have been a fight for the Radiant. That could have been a one fight.
Yo, Green Dude, something bad is happening.
Timbersaw, still no level in Timber Chain. Very interesting. Reactive Armor is definitely a very good spell, but I'd imagine at least one level into Timber Chain would be good. Skywrath is also not level 6. This could have been a kill by himself on the Dazzle, but needed backup and will actually die to the poison. But Mirana has overextended here trying to save the Dazzle and should go down here. Does have leave in 8 seconds. Nope. Oh, Juggernaut just, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna take the stack. I'm a Juggernaut. I can spin away, except that I have used spin to farm the stack, but none of Radiant was close by to get that kill. And IceBerg has finally opted to go for the Timber Chain. He now has the initiation his team needs.
Bad Dude's top tower gonna fall over soon.
Oh, Skywrath is now hit level 6. But we have Shadow Demon moving in. Probably going to get an aggressive ward in the jungle here so that they can take this tower. And they will know that there's at least 2 heroes here. I'm not sure if Skywrath was shown, but... Oh. Disruption onto the Kunkka, but they won't be able to take the tower. And Juggernaut is pretty low here. Might be able to go down, but Dazzle is there with heals in about 6 seconds, but he does have an Urn. Yeah, the Moonlight Shadow will allow him to Urn and actually Omni Slash and most likely slay the Luna, but no, the boat will keep him alive. Almost kill him and keep the Luna alive, but not enough. Dazzle going down, of course, to the Skywrath, and this is not enough damage coming out from the Kunkka, and the Disruption actually, I'm not sure if saves the Juggernaut, but definitely keeps him alive for a little longer. Like, Kunkka was not outputting enough damage to actually kill the Juggernaut. That was a very, very nice Sunstrike. And Boker is needed to finish off the Kunkka for sure. Part of the problem right now is that there's just not enough damage coming out from the Void, but, you know, if the Timbersaw is there, then it doesn't really matter how much damage the Void does. They're going on Timbersaw, but I don't think they have tools to kill him right now. Void is there, and if only I had the Chronosphere. That would have been an easy 2-man Chrono and an easy kill, but Timbersaw going in deep, and Juggernaut is there, but he doesn't have Boundary Slash for another 60 seconds. Oh. Dazzle staying around a little bit too long. Boker coming in, he does have most of his mana. Unfortunately, Shadow Demon is pretty much out. The Purge out onto Timbersaw, and that is 100% a dead. Timbersaw cannot move far enough from the chain to get out of the range for the Sunstrike.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Arrow narrowly misses. God.
Radiant structures are
I'm sorry,
fortified.
guys. It's early in the morning. I just woke up. I'm mixing up all of the names of the heroes. Void was almost hit by the arrow, and
Tower is under attack.
Dire just keeps finding all of these stacks in the jungle from Radiant and just keeps farming them without
Yo, good
contesting,
guys. Middle tower got owned. What you gonna do? Get mad or get even?
without anybody contesting from the Radiant. And Void's just gonna walk into Imrana here. Is there an arrow? Yes, but almost misses the Void. Narrowly misses the Void. Oh my gosh. Let's check the CS. That's not the CS. Luna pretty high on charts, 115, probably the high. Juggernaut, almost. Does Juggernaut have the highest net worth? He has to have the highest net worth. Oh no, Timbersaw is the highest net worth, alright. But the fight going on at Roche. Nice boat on, but unfortunately doesn't kill anybody right away, but the Ogre goes down. And wow, a very good chrono round to 2, and Luna ulti doing a lot of damage, but Mirana is able to leap away, and the Grave saves the Mirana, but unfortunately Dazzle will pay for his sins. Shadow Demon just
Dire's bottom tower
jaunting
is under
away.
attack.
He's decided to go for the Ether Lens. Very good choice because it does extend the range of Demonic Courage by
Dire's
a
bottom
lot.
tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is
Lunar
under
has gone for the Ether Lens, and this might be a dead Void, but he did have the jump away.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
Drums. It's pretty interesting after the Midas. I would think that he'd use the Midas to get a slightly more important item, but drums definitely gives him some nice stats, and also gives his Forge Spirits some attack speed and move speed, which is always good. But the Radiant supports are looking to move into the jungle and probably get a very aggressive ward and hopefully a pick, but they are going to see the Void here. Will they go on him?
Radiant's top tower
Oh, they definitely see the other Radiant heroes and decide to at least keep their distance for now.
Green Dude's top thing is about to get knocked over.
Rana pretty close to her Aghanims, which will give her a lot of wave clear as well as a lot of damage in the team fights. Whenever Radiant wants to take them, because it's very much Dire, just... They definitely have a much more commanding lead in terms of
Radiant
map control,
structures
that's for
are
sure.
fortified.
Like, it's pretty much on Dire to initiate these fights with the Timbersaw and the Void, and Void is going to show here. Midlane Shadow is going to come out. There's 3 heroes down here. They might decide to go in the Void now because this Hemlock is on cooldown. Purge. No, it just jumps away.
Bad Dude's top tower gonna fall over soon.
Meanwhile, Timbersaw and Puka are pushing the top tower, but Dazzle will TP top. I'm not sure if he's
Dire's
enough.
top
Oh,
tower is under attack.
Juggernaut also coming in. He does have his Omni Slash. Scan coming up for Radiant, I believe. Oh, very nice ward from the Dire right here. Very nice ward. Scout out the Ancients and pick off the Mirana whenever she decides to farm them. and apologies for my camera work. I forgot to set some of my settings for my keyboard, so it might be a little bit choppy right now. And I mean, I'm a pretty new to casting camera work anyway, so it's gonna be bad to start with. But Dazzle is trying to grave himself, but I will not save him this time. Juggernaut is coming in. He does have Manta Style, does have his Omni Slash. Timbersaw, it just uses Chain. Does get hit by the Sunstrike, but Omni Slash finally coming out while Invoker's low, and he should die here from the Skywrath. It does. Oh, Luna dropping very low. Did have the Purge on her, and that was not the best. That was not the best X-Merc.
Hello.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Surging Arrow almost hits
Radiant's
two.
middle tower has fallen.
Chronosphere only lands on one because, you know, he just decided to time walk past the heroes that he was walking at. Moonlight Shadow has occurred, but they only have sentries, they have no dust. They did spot out the Dazzle. He does have Shallow Grave, does have Weave. Juggernaut might want to decide to turn around and fight this, but no. Nope.
I'll take that as tribute.
Bots of Travails. The Boots of Travels.
Radiant's top
Not
tower
much going
is
on in
under
this game right now at the moment. Everything's pretty casual. Void only has Vladimir's offering, 22 minutes. That's a little bit troublesome. Glimmer Cape, Glimmer Cape out on the Kunkka. Rada, doing pretty good on the CS. Somewhere.
Missing middle.
Dyer is smoked up and looking for someone who is maybe just waiting to hit these creeps to push the top tower, but unfortunately has not found anybody. Timbersaw picking up a kill on the Invoker. I'm not sure how that one happened, but Juggernaut did TP in. He does have Omni Slash. Ooh, Radiant has spotted out Dazzle, trying to play some wards. Can they find him is the question. Oh, they know where he is, and they know he's in the trees.
Shadows take us.
Another Chrono onto one hero. That's pretty good. Purge onto Kunkka. Unfortunately, Juggernaut's a little bit too low. Oh, narrowly dodged the Timber Chain, but unfortunately I don't think that's enough to keep him alive. And Timbersaw actually picks up the kill on Shadow Demon, but Timber Chain's right into a stun, and that might be enough to kill him. The Aghanims and the arrow from Rana is just too good. And the ping's on the Kunkka, because that's obviously his fault that happened, of course. Boots of Travel as well coming up from Rana. And looking for an arrow because... Well, that was pretty close. I'm not sure if he had vision on her. I guess she's Mirana saw Luna walk by this area and went for the arrow, but that was very close. passive game right now. Timbersaw going for the Shivas. Pretty good against the enemy team. Invoker going Quaz and Exort, looking to right click a little bit, and of course Juggernaut is a main right clicker. Excuse me, my throat's been dry lately from walking around outside, talking all day because of Pokemon Go.
Dire structures are fortified.
Try to drink some water and to clear my throat so I can actually cast properly, maybe speak some words properly. Radiant looking to push the top tower, and there's only three TPs now. 4, okay, the entire Dire side is deciding to defend this tower. 5 TPs. Rana gets a very nice blink stun, and that might be a kill onto the Gunka, but he does have, oh, very nice disruption out onto the Juggernaut. And a shallow grave. It might be enough to keep him alive because he does have the Omni Slash. Will that be enough damage? though? It does not. And jump away actually disjoints the Omni Slash. And Kuka just walking in with low health. Doesn't even notice it as a heal. And alright, everybody just zeroed in onto the Juggernaut with 50 HP. Didn't look at anything else in the game, apparently. What does Radiant need to get back into this game? They need damage out on Void. That's what they need. They really need Void to have an item that kills people, and probably not Blink Dagger. But we'll see. I'm assuming he'll go with damage item now, so maybe even upgrade his boots. A Scotty for the Juggernaut. I thought he might be going for an Aghanims, but he's opted to go for the Scotty. It's pretty good.
Hey, someone check Roche. Maybe they're doing Roche. Wait, Dire did
Radiant
Roche.
team is a very kitey, like they want to kite the Dire side, so it makes sense for Juggernaut to go for Scotty. Dazzle trying to hit his level 12 so he can get either finish leveling up his grave or actually get 3 levels into his heal. I'd imagine he'd get 3rd level into his heal. It's very nice and does a decent amount of damage. It's very nice. Invoker actually getting an Aghanims, alright. Timbersaw is still on the top of the net worth, and actually all of Radiant is on top of the net worth, which is very interesting because Dire has had most of the map control for most of the game.
Bad dudes, middle tower. Everyone, go now.
Why is he flickering like this? I know the double damage, but I don't know, it looks different. Dire team has finally decided to start sieging the tower, but the time dilation is applied by the Void, and a nice searching torrent, but unfortunately didn't catch out the Invoker. That could have been a kill. But he is holding the Aegis, so that's probably why he is that aggressive. IceBerg, Torrent. Good stun onto the Invoker, but not sure if they can follow this up. Void does get a Chronosphere, only onto 1 once again. And Kunkka going down to the Invoker. A nice Omni Slash. Just chopping the bottom of the back line of Radiant. Oh, very nice arrow coming out, and they should be able to turn this around and keep sieging. Invoker does have his Aghanim, so he does have all of his hidden spells at 3-second cooldown, I believe, 2 seconds. He is level 4, so level 4 on to his Invoke. And Dire actually just deciding to back up, taking some kills. They did a little bit of damage to the tower, so I guess that's enough. Being a little bit too aggressive here. He just wanted to kill the creeps and back up, but unfortunately he's going to have to suicide here. Nice tornado onto 2. Oh, Torrent actually catches out the Mirana with the Ice Path, and Shallow Grave out onto the Shallow Grave out onto the Juggernaut, and actually does not save him, but Mirana dropped there, tried to Ghost Scepter himself away, but will not work, and Aegis finally drops. I think Invoker could have been a little bit more aggressive there, perhaps dropped Aegis and taken a few more spells for a scene, but unfortunately he stayed in the back line, and I think I only saw 2 spells out from the Tornado and Ice Path. That was definitely a much needed fight for Radiant, and they maintained their top net worth. Oh, there we go. It wasn't set right. I was going to say. That didn't seem right. Alright. So Juggernaut is actually at the top of the net worth, but most of Radiant is still higher than Dire. That is for sure. And speaking of Radiant, they are going to put some pressure on this bottom tower here.
Is under attack.
Oh, nice purge out onto Luna, but again, another solo Chronosphere, and Shallow Grave is there to keep him alive for a little bit disrupting the engagement onto him, but I don't think that's enough to kill him. Or to save him, sorry. To save the Disruptor. Of course, Void easily just TPing away. We could push to the mid lane. He can, of course, do this since the entire Dire team was TP'd to the bottom. Oh, and I didn't even notice Ether Lens out on the Skywrath Mage.
Bandits, middle tower, everyone, go, now!
And a gem coming out on the board. I'm not sure if he actually purchased that or not. Timbersaw going on the Invoke, and that's an easy kill because of the silence from Skywrath, who will actually also drop to the Mirana. Aghanim's on Mirana is just way too good. And Timbersaw able to tank all this damage. He does have, oh no, he already used his Shivas, and he is tanking a lot of damage here, but I'm not sure that's enough. He will actually die because he could not suicide. And Void, Tom walked in, but he does not have Chronosphere, so we'll see what comes out of that. And Luna? Luna taking out the solo Dazzle and tries to BKB, but unfortunately that was after the disruption, so I'm not sure if that was the play. They were kind of a wasted BKB. And Void not having damage is a significant problem right now. Like either Void or Kunkka, just either one of them needs damage. Mirana, the sneaky Mirana, seeing what he can do against the Kunkka here. Oh, okay. Alright. In mid lane, the Shadow Demon and friends are putting lane siege to the mid tower here. Rana does not have one Shadow. In 2 seconds she will have though. Nice Chronosphere into 2. Finally we have more than one single Chronosphere. Shadow Demon easily dropping. Unfortunately Juggernaut is silent, so he cannot do much here. He does have spin in 2 seconds and a very nice arrow onto the Void, who will actually be saved for a little bit by the Kunkka. Big one with Cape, very good item, and he will of course pay for his sins for saving the Void. Looks like Luna is going for an Eagle Summon. Juggernaut can just pick up a MKB. He is a pretty solid MKB carrier. And he does already have Skull Basher though, so maybe he might not opt to go for it, but we'll see. The double bash plus the 100. Is it 100 damage? Pierce damage? 160. Oh yeah, there you go. That's yeah. Once. Not much to talk about right now, except the stun out onto Skywrath, and Skywrath's just picking up items, the sneaky items that I don't notice. Glimmer Cape, so they have 2 Glimmer Capes right now. Moonlight Shadow out from the Dire. We'll see if they want to take a fight here. Invoker is ready. He does have EKB, he does have Aghanim's. Juggernaut was in the area. Arrow coming out. Oh, actually, it barely hits the Timber Saw. And immediately a Glimmer Cape will come out just to keep him alive. Solo Chrono out into the Dazzle. He should be able to save himself here with the Grave. Oh, almost had the Grave off. Mid casting the animation. Oh, Kunkka, pretty smart to stay there. I think Murano will know. Somehow he knew. She knew. His Aegis is about to, or the Roshan is about to come up. He could be out from Invoker. Omni Slash onto the Luna. She's completely singled out, but it actually jumps to the Kunkka. So that might be a problem for the Juggernaut, who does drop pretty half HP, but then Murano just kind of dying in the middle of 4 heroes. Invoker unfortunately decided to not use any of his spells, which probably would have been pretty good, and they actually just immediately walk into Rosh Pit. This might not be the play because Invoker is still, of course, does actually have all of his spells since he only used 2 or 3. Timbersaw being aggressive, trying to make sure his team can take the Aegis, and actually gets stunned by Murano, and that will kill him. I think he did have suicide, so that's very unfortunate. And they actually have vision now against the double Glimmer Cape, so unfortunately Luna cannot get away, and Dire will... I thought they were going to walk into Aegis, but unfortunately Void is still there, but it does actually get the Time Walk off, and Time Walks in directly into the Sunstrike. Oh my. So Dire will actually be able to take this Aegis.
Hey, someone check Roche. Maybe they're doing Roche. Wait, Dire did Roche. Green Dude's top thing is about to get knocked over.
Shadow Demon just walking on the high ground, just instantly dying, but Invoker did TP in. Apologies, I was drinking some water. Alright, Invoker, random Sunstrike. Timbersaw coming in. He does actually have his Octa ready for us, so that's pretty good pickup for Timbersaw right now. Torrent out onto the Invoker in silence. He has very little mana as well, but the Grave does come out and actually just eats the cheese. Full HP and mana.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Void doing just hitting Juggernaut with a wet noodle. Invoker just BKBing and taking the tower, but will actually die to the right clicks from Luna, who has picked up Butterfly, so we'll see if Juggernaut will actually... Oh yeah, he is going for MKB. There you go. Easy. I think if Luna had have gone Mantis style, that would have been a little bit better. We shall see. They do actually spot out the Mirana. Does have Leap, does have Light Shadow, but the Chronosphere will negate all of that, of course, and she will die. She will go down. Dazzle taking gem from Void. Juggernaut can complete his MKB. I'd imagine. Oh no, he can actually complete it and still have enough for buyback.
Bad news. Ruh-roh. Middly widdly gone all diddly.
Alright.
Bad dude's
Very
top tower's
flex.
gonna fall over soon.
But Radiant has decided to put some pressure finally onto the Dire buildings.
Dire structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Bottom left is gone. Turns out
Courage out onto the Luna. She does have BKB, so she can save herself from that, but she just decides to take most of her HP and damage. Void does not have Chronosphere yet, unfortunately, but this is getting very dangerous for Luna. Ooh. Juggernaut was about to be voted, but fortunately he had spin up, and Poker might tick down here. The boat. The rum. Oh, Juggernaut, very nice. Omni Slash onto 2. Unfortunately, he will pop his Aegis. Void does have Chronosphere, so we'll see if he uses it. He does actually decide to use it, so this should be a dead Omni. Or it's the dead, dead Juggernaut, but unfortunately not. He has friends coming in. They want to help him. That is a dead Void. Fortunately, Timbersaw does have BKB, so they should be able to drop. Oh, very nice Shallow Grave coming out onto the Juggernaut. That was clutch. And so they, Radiant does decide to put up a chase, and they might take down the Shepherd Demon. It does disrupt, but that shouldn't be enough to save him. Void jumping forward, blocks the Dazzle. That's a very nice play. Timbersaw cutting down all the trees so they can, the rest of the team can get efficient on Dazzle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Juggernaut has actually completed his MKB. Timbersaw back up to 10 charges on his Bloodstone. He must be very happy about that, but then does get stunned immediately and nukes for a nice bit of damage for the Mirana. I don't think she exactly got the timing right, but it was pretty close. So they should at least get a barracks off this, and they might actually just push forward for the buildings. Looks like they are at least trying to disengage a little bit, but Timbersaw, nice Shiva's BKB, but that is not enough to save him for the right clicks, unfortunately. But does actually pick off the Mirana. Luna trying to get some damage off. It gets force pushed, so unfortunately that Desirem's. Oh, nice Timber Chain. Very nice Timber Chain. I heard an Omni Slash, but it looks like Void jumped away and then disjointed it, and that is a dead Mirana. It's too bad she did not pick up a Mantis style so she could just disrupt some of the spells from the other team. Very nice Chronosphere, 3-man Chrono, but unfortunately that's a little bit too late. A little bit too late. They don't have any damage to actually kill anybody.
Haste.
So it's currently 1 barracks to 2.5. Let's look at the net worth here. Timbersaw is still on top of the net worth, but Juggernaut is very much close by. Only less than 1,000 gold away. Oh, I should have been looking at the fight recap, that's my bad. Both teams deciding to just back up, try to farm up an item, maybe allow their supports to try to get a little bit of vision up on the map so they can possibly go for some picks and try to finish off some buildings. Dire's definitely looking to get this middle racks right here, especially since it does a regen.
Invisibility. My gratitude.
They're also just waiting for buyback. That is also a thing. Yeah, most of Dire just bought back. Which also means if Radiant takes a good fight, they will just win the game straight up. That was a very nice BKB TP away for Tibersa. That would have been pretty much a guaranteed death, or at least he would have had to suicide. Dazzle checking Roche, but it's actually a very long timer. Dari using a scan, fortunately doesn't scan anybody. Juggernaut needs to be a little bit careful here. The smoke and blink ahead from the void will get a nice chronosphere that. Ooh, a boat. The disruptions keeping Juggernaut alive for now, but it's not quite enough. And the shallow grave! Will he be alive? Is that enough? Oh, the well played shotgun after the Tibersa. And oh, Torrent out onto the Shadow Demon. That might be enough to kill him. Brings it back for the Void, but of course Void has 0 damage. But they can actually right click him down, and they will spot out the Dazzle trying to escape in the backline. Void does have a jump forward, so whenever he gets stunned by Dazzle, he can actually just blink forward, but unfortunately he used it right as he was about to get stunned, so that's pretty neat. Can they actually catch this guy? Apparently Dazzle is super fast. But, oh, the double stun and then the torrent, or the X mark. No torrent though. Oh, must have just been on cooldown.